Live Rugby League coming your way, round 10 of the NRL, the Northern Eagles up against the West Tigers. Good evening everyone and welcome to North Power Stadium. This is a historic occasion, the first time the two new franchises have clashed in the NRL. Also a very big night coming up for the Northern Eagles. If they are to be true premiership contenders, they must defeat the West Tigers tonight. In saying all that, Steve Roach, the Tigers are in second position and have a great record on the road.
Well, the impressive thing about their wins on the road is where they've got them. One down at Wynn Stadium against St George Illawarra and one at Toyota Park against the Sharks. Not many sides leave Toyota Park with the 2 points.
The Northern Eagles have a great record at home, are yet to be defeated at this stadium or also Brookvale, but are coming off two very bad losses to the Cowboys and also the Bulldogs, 22 points to 14.
I think you can scrap round 8 and 9 for the Northern Eagles. They're a different side at home, but the Tigers, they love it down in the gutter, don't they? If the game goes right to the 80th minute when the score lines are close, I think they can win.
A great forward battle coming up, but the clash of the number 7s will be vital to this game. It's Craig Field for the Tigers up against Jason Taylor. We've had a bit of light drizzle on the Central Coast. The kicking game will be all important.
Yeah, quite simply, Jason Taylor needs a little bit more protection and they need some option kickers. I felt a little bit sorry for him last week. Craig Field, hot and cold sort of player, isn't he? But I'll tell you what, if he's on tonight, he'll lead the Tigers to victory.
Yeah, great atmosphere under lights here at North Power Stadium. Soaking it all up downstairs is Phil Blake.
Yeah, certainly are, Terry. It looks like we're going to have a maximum capacity this evening, which I think is about 20,000 people. The facilities are first class. The actual playing arena got a little bit wet there early on, but let's hope the rain can stay away because the people are going to be entertained in a very highly encounter. I think the Northern Eagles, if they're really going to make any impression into the top 8 this year, they really have to start winning as from tonight. If you're looking for 3 players to be prominent on the West Tigers side, look no further than the 3 ex-Manly players in Hill, Hopewadi and Field. If they can be prominent, I expect the West Tigers to get away with it and get their 3rd win on the road.
You're right, Blakey. Plenty of spice in this game. And, of course, the West Tigers, they're not favourites. They're underdogs, but they're second on the ladder, Blocker.
Well, they're still trying to win respect. They're second on the table. I don't think many people can believe it. But I'll tell you what, I was talking to the players early in the week. They're looking for a dogfight tonight.
Everybody is fired up. We're looking forward to this. Stay with us. Kickoff is just a few seconds away. It's live. It's the Eagles at home to the West Tigers. Maximum stadium capacity here, 20,000, and every seat taken at this stage under lights at North Power. It was a long time coming, and they've had some spectacular success here. The West Tigers, no fears on the road. They've already had spectacular away wins over the Dragons at Wynn and the Sharks at Toyota. And there are plenty of West Tigers fans in the grandstands at North Power. Coached, of course, by the great Wayne Pearce. Just the one change to the bench there. Steve Georgialis coming in jumper number 20 with Chiriako Mesha succumbing to a leg injury. A player to watch, without a doubt, Jared McCracken.
Yeah, a very important player for the Tigers, as he was with the Parramatta side. He's a good leader, isn't he, Jared McCracken? I expect a big one for him. He's been itching to come back in the first grade. The test match just around the corner.
Some jeers and some cheers for the Northern Eagles. Led out by their veteran skipper in Jeff Tuvey, who'll be looking for a very big game tonight. The Northern Eagles, coached by Peter Sharp. The fullback is Andrew King. The halves will run the ball tonight in Michael Buechner and Jason Taylor. And that bench with Trindle going back. Josh Stewart has been elevated into the front row in jumper number 15, and they are expecting a very torrid start to this game. Mark O'Mealy will be amongst the fireworks.
He certainly will. You can't be but impressed by this young front row forward. He's young, he's strong, he leads from the front, and he's going to have to do that tonight if they're going to get on top of this very strong and very physical West Tigers pack, but he can't do it alone. He needs other blokes in there helping him.
Exactly right. Just 18 years of age for Mark O'Mealy. Big test, should be a fiery encounter, this one, and the man having control of it is Sean Hampstead. Joel Kane on the wing tonight for the West Tigers. Gets proceedings underway. A rather short kick off that one for Daniel Gardner. Brings it back, so the first play of the ball will be 22 away from his own line. Tuvey delivers it to Josh Stewart. Don't forget, 3 ex-Manly players. Unwanted by the Northern Eagles, lining up for the West Tigers. Oh, the early knock-on has come against Cunningham. This will give the West Tigers the first chance to attack.
Yeah, I feel a little bit sorry there for Cunningham. He hit the ball at speed, just slipped out. Give the Tigers an opportunity now, some 23 metres out. exactly how they wanted to start the game.
Michael Gillette delivers a longer ball for Craig Field. Dummies now gives it for Hill. The right side for the West Tigers will be vital with Hopewate playing on the outside of Terry Hill. Jared McCracken, his first touch. He's only played the 3 games this year. And some broken bones in the foot. Now he's back. Field with the cutout ball for Gillette to the line. Better ball from O'Neill. Little McGuinness. They come across. They slide quickly, the Northern Eagles.
Unlucky there. The pass didn't go to hand for the Tigers. They'd have scored in the corner. Very quick player, McGuinness, the catch and pass there from Mark O'Neill.
Gillette the kick. Andrew King wills it dead. It won't go. It'll be a goal line dropout. Very impressive start by the Tigers.
Yeah, certainly was. It's evident that Brett Grogan, it's fact that Brett Grogan and actual Albert Torrens had swapped sides on the field. Torrens usually a right-hand defender, and early on we've seen Grogan there didn't read the play, and that could be something that Wayne Pearce looks at and could target Brett Grogan in defence.
Yeah, interesting to see Michael Gillette put in the little grubber kick through for the Tigers, take the pressure off Craig Field, something that the Northern Eagles wouldn't have expected. And now they're doubling the set. Scandalis taking the ball forward.
John Scandalis, who scored those 2 spectacular tries against Canberra at Leichhardt Oval earlier in the season. Lowry, speaking of tries, has never scored one in 138 games in the top grade. Scandalis, his second touch of this set. So Gillette is doing a lot of talking out there. They've stacked the right-hand side. They come back to the open through Gillette and Tyron Smith, who looks to have his impact on this game. And the opening penalty of the game.
It's Jason Taylor coming in, making the second man, and the tackle over the top being deemed by Hampstead to punch the ball out. It's not a bad give me for the Tigers too to open the scoring.
Straight in front blocker, isn't it?
Just a little bit to the left of the goal post. I'll tell you what, Joel Kane too. It's a lot of practice in. It's no fluke that this young fellow has improved so much as a player. The Tigers will probably open the scoring.
It's where he would like it, Joel Kane, virtually directly in front of the uprights. And he's been a very good pickup, hasn't he? And been playing very well for the Tigers. As you just see Jason Taylor, I don't know if there was a hand in there, was there, Blakey?
I think he's got a very good case, Jason Taylor, there. I thought it was very scrappy. I think it was by Tyron Smith there. And too many players are really negligent when they play the ball. They should certainly have more control than that.
Yeah, I'll go along with you there. He was trying to get to his feet, struggled to get to the feet. He lost that ball cold there. Lucky decision for the Tigers.
Joel Kane scored 3 tries in round 1 against the Broncos. And now looking to put the Tigers 2 in front. The first points of the night, they go to the West Tigers at North Power. As the West Tigers, courtesy of Joel Kane, they lead 2-0. So the opening 4 minutes of this game has been quite a torrid encounter so far. Very quick. Taylor with the restart. Goes down, and Big John Scandalis. Scandalis takes the first tackle of this set of 6. Gillette delivers it. O'Neill, Mark O'Neill, averages 19.6 tackles so far this year per game. Lowry.
Well, I know all the talk has been about O'Mealy, a young front row, but gee, I've been impressed with John Scandalis this year. If you have a look at the bench, Shane Walker has been one of the best Tiger players over the last couple of seasons. He's worked his way in there, Scandalis. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, got a couple of tries and got a good work ethic.
Those 2 players clash, Brocker, right there in front of you, the 2 props, and O'Mealy and Scandalis and Craig Field. They got some good pressure on, and Tuvey and Taylor were doing the chasing on Craig Field, who got the kick away and made the tackle. So great play by Craig Field, and then gives it away with just the hand on the ball. I think that went against Jared McCracken, in fact.
The players will do anything to try and play the ball down. The Tigers had the advantage there. It was a good kick downfield. They didn't gain many yards through their fullback, did they, the Northern Eagles, through Andrew King. There's Jared McCracken. Just hanging on a little bit too long. Hand on the football. And that's fair enough, as long as he's consistent all night with it.
And just got to be a bit careful there, McCracken, coming in over the top there with what looked like a leading knee.
Yeah,
just a bit more careful in his tackles than that.
Very much a flop, wasn't it? Taylor to the line. 22 away for the Northern Eagles. Josh Stewart, who was elevated from the bench to the starting lineup and looking to impress coach Peter Sharp. They've got the Tigers going backwards at the moment. Taylor to the line again, tackled by Gillette. They're inside the 10. What can they put on? They come short side now. Cunningham puts the head down. Looks to offload. He's well wrapped up by the Tigers. Driven back. Final tackle now by the Eagles. Longer ball back for Taylor. Gets a bit of protection. The bomb swinging. Trouble for Hopawate. Juggles it. They survive, but only just.
Yeah, he did well then. What you got to do when the pressure's been kicked from there for the bombs on the sideline to the wingers, you've got to get some players in support. Try and run up the opposition off the football. They didn't do that. They left him alone again.
Oh, Adam Muir. He came through with a shoulder charge and a head clash, and he's come off the worst for wear. Adam Muir, he's vital. They've got to keep him out there somehow. It's Lowry now. And on the far side, are they worth all the trouble, the shoulder charge? Centre, kicking out of acting half, and Andrew King goes back, gathers it in. The chase pretty good by the West Tigers. And the return pretty good from Andrew King.
Yeah, well, they've got to watch King. He's very good at returning the ball. He may not be that quick, but he gets himself in position where he can get into a lot of half breaks. So it's something they're going to have to watch when they go up there in the defensive line.
He's good and tough, Adam Muir. He's jogging back now into the attacking line. The home ground has been a great advantage for the Northern Eagles, averaging 16,500. The record crowd came in round 1 against Newcastle, and I'd say there's close to 20,000 here once again to witness the Eagles at their new home of North Power. Butner, cut out ball for Grogan. What can he turn on? Held up by McGuinness. Tried to force the ball, and it went the way of the West Tigers.
That's certainly not what they needed. They had good field position after not the best of kicks from the West Tigers there. But what they did need to do is turn the ball over there on the third tackle, in which Grogan did. It was a costly mistake.
It's Albert Torrens who has the defensive job on Terry Hill. And an envious job that is.
I'll tell you what, they'll have to be alive at marker tonight too, the Northern Eagles. John Hopawate has been sterling, plenty of yardage from that position.
Inside ball from McCracken. McCracken in his comeback game. Heads into open space. Has King. He's got plenty of pace. McCracken not enough at this stage. 10 short now. No need to panic for the West Tigers.
They've got to go wide.
Tackles.
2-pass runner.
Hill. Nice ball for Craig Field. The line's creeping up. Little grubber kick. Frew goes back. Frew will tidy up.
That was good thinking. Good thinking there from Mark O'Neill there, the number 11. Playing exclusively on this left-hand side. A little bit earlier, he's caught and passed. That time he put the grubber kick through. He had to turn around and regather. That was good play. Here's the McCracken break again. Very strong player. It was Muir who missed the tackle on McCracken. Thought he went a little bit too close to the sideline there. Did well to stay in.
Yeah, he certainly did. He's been very impressive, Jared McCracken. It's his first game back after numerous weeks on the sideline. And if they're going to get away with this win tonight, he's going to be leading from the front.
The great thing about that is that Jared McCracken had those broken bones in his foot. He was named 3 weeks in a row. They didn't play him, but the Tigers kept coming up with victories. So to have your star player or one of your star players on the sidelines and still coming away with the 2 competition points, or even a draw, as the Tigers have done, has been a big effort, and that is why they are in second position. They've won 5, they've lost 2, and they've drawn 2, the Tigers. Lowry, good run. Looks for the penalty. Doesn't get it. Field. Oh, McCracken just loses control. Hill goes back. He fakes to kick, and Torrens and Jason Taylor make the tackle. Greg Eberl has also checked into this game. Field. Inside ball for Shane Walker. Walker with the offload. They've got some numbers on that short side. Centre. He scored last week. Can he score again? The offload. They're going backwards. They've lost it. It's a Northern Eagles ball.
Just forced the ball there at the end. Darren Centre probably would have been wise to take the tackle and see if they couldn't score from the ensuing play. But there's signs around the middle of the ruck from the Northern Eagles that they're getting a bit brittle. It's the second time in as many sets that they've been busted up through the middle.
Hard work now.
You'd almost bet Darren Centre would score from that position. We've seen him score a number of tries there. And there's a relieving penalty there with the Northern Eagles. The Tigers inside the 10 metres. They were very excited about getting up and getting into the face of the Eagles. Shane Walker, who's given away the penalty, and a relieving one. Taylor finds touch. There's Darren Centre now with the bust. He's powerful near the line. King did well to hold him up. He got the offload. There's the knock on there from Jared McCracken.
King did exceptional on that occasion. That's twice now. Once on Centre and the other one on McCracken. That he's come up with try-saving tackles.
Tuvey has to be watched out of acting half. Albert Torrens runs into Terry Hill. Keep an eye on that clash throughout the night. Torrens gets up and looks up at Hill. Taylor, nice cut-out ball, quick hands by King. Delivers it now for Free, who's very quick. McGuinness made the tackle.
They scrambled well, didn't they? Young McGuinness. It was Joel Kane who came in to make the tackle. They go wide now, the Northern Eagles, through Butner.
Butner has pace and a kicking game. Kicks for Brendan Reid. Hopawati, great grab. And mixing the game up, which will keep the West Tigers defensive line guessing.
It's been a good game of football, hasn't it? Both sides with plenty of options when they have got the ball. As Phil Blake alluded to a little earlier, the Northern Eagles are a little bit slow in the middle of the ruck, just in behind the play of the ball.
But one thing from their point of view, a positive point of view, is that they're actually playing some football. You know, it's all right doing the completion rates of 70 to 75, but if you're not playing football amongst that, you know, it's very boring, and you don't ask too many questions of the defensive side. But tonight, give them full credit, they are throwing a lot of questions at the West Tigers defence.
Wingers are under.
Busy night for John Hopawati. That was a great take too. Did well there. Terry Hill to come over to assist. Great field down at the moment.
Offload. Joel Kane goes back. Now he accelerates. Rogan makes the tackle. The ball goes across through the hands of Gillette, and Lowry with the offload back for Gillette. Has good acceleration, the 5'8" for the Tigers. It's been a problem position for them.
They've looked a lot more steady since he's been back the last couple of weeks. Made a good break last week against the Sharks to put on a try for Joel Kane.
King. Chase good by the Tigers, and notice that the little things that the Northern Eagles did not do well last week against the Bulldogs, putting pressure on the kicker. They're doing a good job of keeping Craig Field guessing it on this occasion, but the Northern Eagles have a pretty good record as far as scoring tries concerned this season, 2.8 per game, but they've been conceding 3.3. O'Mealy flicks it up in the air, and McGuinness comes down with it. They'll work this short side now. Shears against some members of his former club.
He's got a good nose for when to go forward, hasn't he? He knows when the Northern Eagles are in a bit of trouble. There's Tyron Smith making his second error of the match so far. After a good run there from Matt Sears from the back.
Brogan.
And one of his best assets, Block, and he's always had it, is that acceleration off the mark. You can just see then when he took off down that short side, his first 5 or 6 metres, he took off, and you could see the actual, you know, the pace that he was accelerating by doing that, and it put the Manly defensive line in, you know, 2 questions there. He ups the ante when he's got the ball in his hands.
But they go.
Terry Hill better be careful too of getting square at marker. Could have been penalised there on a tackle on Jason Taylor.
He loves to make the 2 tackles in succession. Just Trindle. Went back to the bench and now flicks it up, and the Tigers grab it gleefully. And it's Craig Field who comes up with it.
Well, I'd just like to see Sean Hampton actually you know, get both sides back there 10. They're both encroaching, and I'd just like to see that for the remainder of, you know, the game, that he does have a good 10 metres.
It really stops the contest, doesn't it?
It
You don't see
does.
much open rugby league. He's doing the same for both sides, actually.
Centre picks up 10 metres. Works them to about 35 away from the try line. The Tigers go to the right through Walker back on the inside. Luke O'Donnell, who's had a good impact for teenager, just 19.
Bust tackles too.
Craig Field will kick, charge down, it comes up for the Northern Eagles. Well, I didn't think he was offside, but
I'm with you.
Hampstead disagrees with me, and more importantly, disagrees with you, Steve Roach.
It'll be interesting to see that again, but I'm with you, TK. I don't think that he was in front of the kicker or the player who marked the football. They should have gone through the hands there. Have a look at the space out wide here. Just probably Craig Field looking and seeing that they're getting a little bit of interest in that middle of the ruck. They've done what they needed to do. They've pulled him in.
Exactly right. They're going through the middle there. Now there's plenty of room out wide, especially on you know, on the West Tigers left side of the field. I think that's certainly one area that they could you know, throw a lot of questions at the main defensive line and come up with some tries.
Cunningham takes a break as Joel Kane lines up this kick.
Steve Georgiou warming up on the sideline too.
He'll look after the blind side for the West Tigers. Likes to take them forward down that side as Joel Kane his debut the Dragons 3 years ago. Joining Balmain and now the West Tigers. Strikes it, and he'll like this. The flags are up in the air. It's the visitors, the Tigers. They go 4-0 up after the opening 16 minutes. Joel Kane has really lifted his game. He's gone to another level. In the year 2000, had a solid year last season, but this year has been quite spectacular for Joel Kane. Good hands by O'Donnell. Delivers it for Scandalis, who loves taking that ball forward. This will be Georgialis's first touch. Ben Duckworth, who gives some other options to the West Tigers. Hopper Wade's in trouble with that right elbow.
I don't think it'll stop him. He's had it all season.
He has, and if he has an operation, he'll miss the entire season. So he's going to try and play through every round if he can and get through the year. Enjoying his rugby league at his new club. Field kicking early, charged down by Taylor, who set himself to have a very big game. It's 6 to go. Still, that will keep the kickers guessing. Georgialis just gained 2 metres. Plays it back quickly. Nice ball from John Scandalis.
He's just trying to open up the field a bit, the Tigers. Work to the middle.
Get to that right-hand side.
Yep.
Hill over the top of Torrens. He'll enjoy that. Field. Duckworth back on the inside for Smith.
He's the man for the Tigers too, Duckworth, only in his second game back. Very experienced player.
Andrew King takes that, so not a perfect kick by Craig Field. And King's one out. But Butner will probably deliver this to Frew. And does exactly that. He's lightning quick. He scored a fantastic individual try against the Newcastle Knights in round 1 at this very ground. Brendan Reeves, former fullback for the Steelers. Rogan.
They're crisscrossing at the moment, the Northern Eagles.
They're really struggling in this set of 6, aren't they, to make any forward progress. They need a couple of forwards to get in there. And here we have Stringer taking it forward.
Young player with plenty of potential. Paul Stringer. Back it goes for Tuvia now. Butner on this right-hand side, and the kick was only narrow. Sears, it went backwards, no doubt about that.
And both sides have got to have a look at their kicking game in this half-time break as soon as it comes. Far too many kicks going to the fullbacks on the full. The kick away from them.
Georgialis loses it out the back, and Adam Muir comes up with it. So the Northern Eagles, and he got a push there. That's got to be a penalty.
Yeah.
Surely it does.
Oh, he stopped the play now.
Well, Craig Field at marker gave a push, but didn't help the situation at all because
it's got to be a penalty to the Northern Eagles.
A push and shove there from Jeff Teague and Craig Field at the bantam weight.
Just down at the moment. And we'll get a closer look at this.
Dallas tries to offload the ball out the back door. Strindley comes in with the hit over the top. Really in that.
Fraction high, probably.
Yeah, just a sniggle. Sweet.
I think it was more Muir down below with which forced the ball loose as well, but Georgialis copping one against the forehead. He made his debut close on 12 years ago, a long time ago.
It's got to be a penalty here too. He's going to play the play.
He didn't see the incident, I don't think.
Well, the touch, his eyes must be painted on.
Looking at the big crowd here at North Power. Georgialis will have a short break.
They're lucky to get away with that one, the Tigers.
Place on 200 career games. Coming the way of Steve Georgialis.
We've only been on for a couple of minutes.
Trindle. His second touch. So good chance here for the Northern Eagles. Tuvey appealing for a quick play the ball. Everell. Struggles. Driven to ground in the end by Duckworth. Taylor to the line. Inside ball, put some pressure on Stringer, who went without it, but wasn't quite the formation they were looking for.
They're trying to keep the Tigers honest in the middle of the ruck too. Stringer comes up with the error. Wasn't the greatest of pass a bit
firm and wide and forward.
Duckworth now with a good 10-metre burst.
Craig Field calling the shots from acting half. Delivers it for Luke O'Donnell. Averaging 80 metres per game this year. Good figures. Oh, Lowry comes up with the juggle and Tuvey yet another tackle. Well, Lowry struggling for a very quick play. The ball has come up with an incorrect one. The ball going loose and the scrum will go down.
I've seen these ones go either way too, Phil.
Yeah, look,
Obviously,
I haven't got a problem with the referee here. He's got to get to his feet, put the ball down, and he's tried to milk that. I'm pretty sure he tried to milk that, and he's come up with the egg on his face because he's given the opposition the ball.
Is it on?
The scrums keep a very close eye on this. Tuvey can't get his head in. Plenty of field in this game. Three former Manly players playing against a lot of their old teammates. Oh, big hit. Matt Sears. They're calling him Zipper at the moment with all the stitches he's been getting. Oh, April. Oh, you just can't make those mistakes, Bruce.
He's had a little bit of a bow peep. The rough stuff's on, eh?
You'll enjoy every moment of it, Walker. Scandalous.
I've been enjoying waiting for it.
Just the thought of it made you happy. Centre goes for a 10-metre gallop. Muir has to grab him and does. McCracken goes the short side and picks up another 5. Been working hard in the weights room while he's been off his feet injured. Duckworth can slip a very good ball. Butner goes in to slow that play the ball down. Craig Field wheels them to the short side. Grogan, great hands.
Well, fantastic there, didn't he, Brett Grogan? Field comes to short side, puts a little kick in behind, not strong enough there. Brett Grogan gets down it and saves the day for the Northern Eagles. I really like the way how the West Tigers are constructing their play, where they're not relying on Craig Field. We've come to games before and all of a sudden it's been Craig Field left, it goes left, Craig Field right, it goes right. But today they've got Duckworth, they've got Gillette, Sanders getting out of dummy half, what have you. And they're leaving Craig Field probably for the 4th or 5th play. I think it's very good coaching there by Pearce.
Yeah, well, that's the big thing, isn't it, Phil? That they haven't had those players earlier on in the season. Yeah. They've only just come back from injury.
Northern Eagles looking for a good clearing kick. It bounces up well for Matt Sears. The chase by Grogan, so Grogan doing the little things in this game and doing them well.
And one thing that they have got now because of the merged sides, both these teams, is a little bit of depth.
They have. It will be tested throughout the 26 rounds. No tries so far. 2 penalty goals. The Joel Kane. The Tigers in front by 4-0. Skandalis is looking for another hit up, but it comes back to Craig Field. It dances back and he's touched by Tuvey. I thought he's 6 to go. Skandalis creeps 5 short of the halfway line. They've had to do a lot of tackling, the Eagles. They've done well not to crack so far. Hill. Torrance goes low on the big man.
It's been a good contest, that, hasn't it?
It has, and will continue to be so. McCracken. Up to that right-hand side where he likes to camp. Looking for the penalty. Doesn't get it. Field. Nice long ball, this one for O'Neill. Mark O'Neill threw a ball and Butner said, thank you very much.
Just panicking a little bit at the moment. The Tigers have had the better of the run of the play in this first half. Still 17 minutes left. Been able to come up with a try yet.
Oh, Josh Stewart. Oh, gave it away. Lowry it was who got up and gave a little bit of a giggle. Paul Stringer goes a touch high. Everett went low. Michael Gillette plays it back now. Terry Hill has been very involved in this game. It's his 7th touch already. Duckworth. Second receiver Field. Cut out ball. Great hands. McGuinness off the bootlaces. Then he did all the hard work and threw it forward. And luckily Craig Field got a hold of the jumper through.
See, that was great hands there from McGuinness. He's a skillful young player, isn't he? Seeing him get the football a little bit more. Especially in broken field. Support play for tremendous speed. It's been a good contest, this one.
Josh Stewart up against his very good mate, one of his best mates, and Matt Sears, who plays fullback for the Tigers. They're 10 metres inside Tigers territory at the moment, but they've been kept away from that try line. Muir, the man who could break this game open for the Eagles. Averaging over 4.3 offloads per game. That's first in the league. Butner, the little kick. Good hands, and once again on the far side. Not exactly the kick they were hoping for. Ebrel up around the shoulders and the neck area. Jason Taylor showing some scars. Will wear them proudly. Joel Kane. 8 line breaks for the West Tigers. He's been in great form, Kane. Completion rate 50% by the Northern Eagles. That's just not good enough.
Well,
trying things or not.
Both sides are struggling in that department. I'm sure both coaches will want them to fix that up at half-time.
Good driving tackle, wasn't it, from Jason Lowry, who Blocker, I think, is one of the unsung heroes for the West Tigers.
He's a very experienced player, isn't he? Played a lot of test matches for New Zealand.
16 test matches.
Well, he's never going to let you down, is he? Like, I'm sure when he comes Monday or Tuesday to pick the sides,
his first pick.
Exactly right. Yeah, you don't have to and ah or get 5 blokes in to say, yeah, three want him or 2 don't.
Well, this what happened last week against the Bulldogs.
Well, these are a couple of little things that really can tip the tide. Newton at that time kicking on the right-hand side of the field. 14 minutes left, and the Tigers have got another opportunity. That's just good pressure there from Ben Duckworth. Badly guided kick there from Michael Butner. Taylor on the bench at the moment.
Missed by a metre, may as well be a mile.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's a tough game, isn't it?
Certainly is. Just bad execution there, but it just puts a lot of pressure on his side now. You would have thought after last week that they would have come up with a plan to get their kicks away either early or with plenty of protection and not have to go through this same humiliation where you got blokes kicking the ball out in the full.
I'm sure that's the game plan, but game plans often don't work once you get out in the heat of the battle. Here's Craig Field, goes forward now with Mark O'Neill. They're 28 metres away from that try line. They've had plenty of ball, the Tigers. Georgianis delivers it for that man, Jason Lowry, who goes to ground. Always looks for a quick play the ball. Field, that ball was flat. That ball was even flatter. Very much a la the Melbourne Storm. Field. Back to the centre, they round him up for Hill. He'll try and use his strength and then his skill. Luckily Muir was there, and they'll get another set of 6, the Tigers.
Yeah, some good skill there from Terry Hill. Came to a dead end there on the far right-hand corner. Elected to put the kick in there. I think it was gathered up there by Reeves. They went through, put some pressure on him, and now they've got a back-to-back set, and we wouldn't be surprised now if they actually can crack the Northern Eagles open. It's a good opportunity now.
Well, they've got to do something now, the Tigers. They've got to get over the try line.
Yep.
They've had all the football in the first half. They've really put the pressure on the Northern Eagles. This is the 3rd time that they've had to drop out from under their post to give them an extra set. They need to get a try on the board.
Well, Duckworth takes it on the fly, and he gets them back to within side the 20, so that's a good way to start your first tackle. McGuinness delivers it for Shane Walker. Walker loves to pop it. Smith, they're starting to look ominous now, the Tigers. Duckworth, Field, Matt Sears into the attacking line, back on the inside. McCracken will offload for Hill, driven sideways by Torrens, driven backwards by Torrens now. They'll lift him up and drive him to the ground, but they won't get him that far. Field, Gillette.
I'd just like to see them straighten their attack up a bit. It's always too much sideways stuff for my liking.
Stuff, yep. And the first couple of steps from their first 2 receivers are
McGuinness came through, picked it up off the ground. Has he put it down cleanly? They're celebrating the Tigers. It was a beautiful kick and great work if successful at the end.
Well, McGuinness is claiming a try.
He's claiming it, okay.
He's saying he scored it. They really needed that just before half-time too, the Tigers. Good chase, he's got a great explosive speed. They've got a few blokes who are nimble on their feet. McGuinness, a very underrated player. Does he get first to the football? Scoops it up. Well,
is there downward pressure? I doubt it.
Well, he's trying to scoop it up before. Could he have knocked the football on? Has he picked it up cleanly?
He's lost control, I think, only just.
Be interesting to see it again. It looks a lot better in slow motion. That's not the shot that we'd require. With the one from the dead ball line to see if he has. There's the ball before the line. He just scoops it up. It's a good contest. He's got control there. the slow-mo camera almost tells him that he does score.
Yeah, it looks like his right hand just stays on the right side of the football.
This is the one.
There.
This
Exactly
is the
right.
one you've got to have a real good look at.
You've got to have a look at it in fast motion too. It sometimes makes it a lot easier to see whether he got the ball down.
I think he's lost it there.
No, I disagree. I think it's a try. I think there's enough downward pressure there with his right hand.
Yeah, one hand was under the football, the other one over the top. There was some downward pressure. I'm with you, Phil. I think it'll be a try.
I can tell you this is tight. This is real tight. Has he just kept his fingers on it? It goes forward. The left hand gives a...
I think he's got enough control over the football. Both sides showing what they think.
I think you'll see a red light here. I think you'll see no try. I think he's lost control of that.
You're right.
20-metre restart. It was close. It was real close. First impressions are normally the best, and I thought he just lost it. Despite all that, it was great work.
Well, that shot's not going to tell you anything.
I just don't know why they don't. Maybe the third ref actually sees it in full motion, but the replays we get are all frame by frame.
Well, mate, there's no use showing it in normal motion. The referee can make a decision then.
Well, he wouldn't have been in position. He still would have called for it.
I just think sometimes you just get tricked by the frame
slow
by frame.
motion, yeah.
Exactly that. You see the ball actually come away from the grip of the player, which makes it oh so tough. In fact, if you go through it and check some figures, I think you'd probably see that pre-video referee days, we're probably seeing 2 tries probably disallowed per game now.
Yeah.
That would have been given.
There's O'Mealy leaving the field in the back play too. Looks like a knee or an ankle problem. Doesn't look too good neither. A bit of pain.
Big cheer went up from the crowd too. Great crowd, great atmosphere at North Power. Packed to capacity. 20,000 surely. Smith just creeps his way once again into Eagles territory. Centre looks at the options and he picks out his big front rower and Jason Lowry. Final tackle. Defensively is so far been a good set of 6. Duckworth with the kick. King goes across. Gathers it in. McGuinness is there chasing. King gets away from 3 for Reeves. Reeves 10 away from his own line. If they go left, there's a little bit of space. They come back to the open. Adam Muir. O'Mealy.
He didn't look too happy there, O'Mealy.
He's in a bit of trouble, I think, the youngster. Trindle gets to play the ball away for Albert Torrens.
His trainers will earn their money too, carrying him in there.
They will. Tackles a lot for the Northern Eagles. 121 tackles compared to 82, so close on 40 more. And as you would expect, the Northern Eagles have come up with more missed tackles because they've had to make so many more.
The good thing about the Tigers' performance tonight so far is they haven't been impatient, have they?
This is a big kick by Michael Butner, and it's going to stop in the end goal, I think. Sears goes back, can't afford to wait any longer. Oh, Trindle. He dived into the field of play, Sears, and walks another 4 or 5 metres.
Jeez, it's a shocking 10 metres.
He's got to get him back, doesn't he, Hampstead?
Papawata picks up 10. He's back out there despite that elbow injury we showed you earlier. Shane Walker back in behind the markers. Centre. McCracken. Well, he lost that ball.
Well, it could have gone either way. It's a grey area, isn't it?
He got a ball, I know that. So when he looked up, the ball was loose.
He's trying to struggle to get to his feet. Plenty of players hanging on. Could have gone either way, that one.
Well, I think they've been hard done by there, the Eagles. He rushed to play the ball and lost it.
And that's where the problem lies.
Skendanis. Read about it tomorrow, they say. Field. Walker.
This is where I'd like to see a bloke like Tyron Smith on the fringe of the ruck too off. Look at the football now, it's too close. It's like a big spider. Get his arms free. So one-on-one tackles on the third ruck.
Ayers in motion for Field, some options, and finds McCracken. Flick ball back for Terry Hill. Once they work that combination up throughout the year, very hard to stop. Field. Duckworth. Back to the short side for Hill. Tuvey makes the tackle and he just shovels it out for Hopoate, who flicks it. Desperation by Craig Field. Walker came up with it. And the third offload of this tackle. Scandalis. Trouble. Scandalis for Butner. Well, he just threw it out the back for McGuinness now. And Butner comes up with another tackle. Dangerous play though. Final tackle. Field kicks through. And they have stood up to the pressure.
Yeah, but
I must admit, very well.
A couple of their kicks haven't been well thought through, have they? That was a nothing kick. They read that easily, then the Northern Eagles. They just dropped back. They could see what Field was going to do.
Yeah, it's probably a good opportunity there to do a two-pass kick, get the defensive line coming forward and then coming up with your kick option. But just to kick it back there so fruitlessly, just to give them the ball, you're better off running a play at them and handing the ball over.
We haven't seen a bomb yet from the West Tigers. We've seen 2 from the Northern Eagles. They're 5 short of the halfway now. Stringer, Butner, Adam Muir will look to try and get those hands free and does for Butner. Back for Taylor, who's out there, and now on the far side it's Torrens all by himself. Not another Eagle within flying distance.
He's looked the most likely, hasn't he? Muir for the Northern Eagles. Needs a couple of mates too. Get up and have a dig themselves.
It's a good kick. Back to the goal line, Joel Kane. The chase, Grogan put it on.
So that's where I like to see the likes of your halfback, your 5'8", in particular, maybe even your fullback following Muir to get that second phase play.
Good play.
Kane and Sears are working well together. Duckworth, Field standing wider tonight. For Terry Hill, Torrens will have his hands full, but does well.
He's done a good job so far, hasn't he, Torrens? There we go, Jeff Tuvey.
Familiar sight that. Jeff Tuvey, his face splattered with blood. Hill, struggling. Quick play, the ball from Hill.
Oh, that was a touch high. A tad high, wasn't it?
Centre, Peels for a penalty. 5th tackle, short side for Craig Field. Reeves goes back. He'll get it, he'll get back out, and he'll go for a gallop for 15 metres.
I just can't help that's not the play from dummy half, just to be kicking in behind the defensive line. Here we have the Northern Eagles. Now this is going to put pressure on them.
Well, this is the 3rd error that they've made coming off their own line that's through their own fault. I mean, straight away, this will be a scrum and a feed to the West Tigers again. They really need to get a try. 5 minutes left on the clock. Had all the football.
Up around the neck region.
Well, that was all right. I'll let him get away with that one, Stringer. It was a good tackle.
And the error from King, the body and the mind were going, but the hands, Blakey, weren't keeping up.
No, certainly not.
Brendan
They've done
Reeves
very well defensively, the Northern Eagles, so far, not to let the Tigers in. Let's see if they can do it for one more set.
Oh, this is a big test. It comes down McGuinness, very light on his feet, gets away from the bigger man. He beats 2, in fact, but can't get around Jamie Goddard. Golden opportunity for the Tigers. They've had a stack of ball. Short ball. Lowry. It's his first try. Jason Lowry has broken the longest duck of the NRL. After 138 games, Jason Lowry has scored his first try in first grade. What an effort that has been. The duck is broken. Lowry will, well, he'll shout at the bar all night.
He was nearly going to run the Newcastle. There was no way they were going to get him then.
The Tiger, the mask.
Great try there from Jason Lowry. He's been strong tonight, hasn't he? He nearly forgot to put the ball down. Jason Lowry, just watch this here. They go back. The hit against the grain goes in between 2 players. There's no way they're going to stop him there. Jason Taylor. It's no secret they're going to run at Jason Taylor a fair bit tonight. Look at that determination. Look at him.
The big smile comes up. His first try in 139 first grade games. He's doing the special dance as well. He's been watching other players do it for a long, long time. Jason Lowry.
We'll see the back foot or something. That'll make my day.
He tried very hard. The Roosters, he didn't get a try in top grade. For Balmain, he never got a try in the top grade. And now for the West Tigers, away from home, he breaks that duck. 2 from 2 for Joel Kane. looking to keep that perfect record intact. And it comes back to that Andrew King error.
It's 10-0.
10-0 it is. At North Power, the Tigers fans, there's plenty of them. They celebrate. 38 gone. One try for the West Tigers. They're 10 up on the scoreboard. And on footy tab, they were given 7.5 start. At North Power, 10-0. Inside the final 2.5 minutes, and it's been costly errors deep inside the Eagles' territory, which has cost them. Joel Kane. And saying all that, the Tigers have done a good job of getting out of their own territory. O'Neill. The shock of Jason Lowry scoring his first try in 139 games. $10-0 in front. Away from home. Duckworth doing the kicking. King goes across. Can be a lonely old position. Full back.
Especially when you pick the ball up, you look up, there's 10 defenders in front of you.
Reeves, another former fullback, picks up 10 from acting half.
They're an enthusiastic side, aren't they, the Tigers?
Well, they've got every right to be.
They hung up.
Exactly, they're 10-0 up. They're coming second in the competition. They've had a couple of good away wins, and they're full of confidence.
Paul Stringer. Goddard goes for a gallop. Shows it. Oh, wayward ball. Another error.
It's not what they needed, is it? They had something set out here on the right, and I know Goddard's only been on for a small period of time there, but took off and scooted, but it wasn't the play. Taylor was calling him on the right side and probably deserved to get it.
It's frustrating for a player like Goddard, a state of origin player. He's sitting on the bench for most of the season, hasn't he? And obviously he's trying to impress.
But that's what happens. You get on for 5 minutes and you want to put 80 minutes into 5 minutes.
That's right, yeah.
You know, he's not getting enough game time to where he can settle into the game.
Also feels that
Well, he hasn't been yet.
a kiss of death. He was at the Gold Coast. They folded. He was at Sydney, and they amalgamated with Manly. No doubt that Tuvey stands a great chance of winning that hooking position for the Anzac Day Test match. Looking for a big one against the Tigers. This is Duckworth. Sears. They've got the edge in pace, the Tigers. Inside the final 4 seconds now. Scandalis, will he get time to play this ball? He doesn't.
Have a shot.
They will. High bomb. It comes down for King. Under enormous pressure, took it well. And takes the tackle from McGuinness. The end of the opening 40 minutes of play at North Power. This big crowd, capacity crowd. They get to their feet. It's been the errors from the Eagles.
There he is, try-scoring whiz, Jason Lowry.
Scored his first try in 139 first-grade games, and that has given the West Tigers a tremendous advantage here. They lead by 10 points to 0. They have had all the ball. Keep that in mind. And they've had that possession deep inside the Eagles' territory. They've come up with just the 1 4-pointer. Joel Kane kicked 2 penalties to give them a 4-0 lead. Then that try by Jason Lowry that he will long remember took them to 8-0. Kane made the conversion. 10-0 at the half-time break. They came here second on the competition ladder, but they came here as underdogs. So they've done a great job. Brand new facilities here, brand new dressing rooms. All players have their individual sheds. And as they take time to reflect on a 40 minutes where they've had precious little ball and turned it over far too often, we'll take a short break from North Power.
The 2000 Skilled Bay Cycling Classic, one of Australia's premier cycling events, and this year a race for Olympic selection.
Aiken going again for it.
Over 80 international riders, including a big Australian contingent.
Bit of pile up here. My goodness me, that's the biggest we've seen so far.
A battle over 5 grueling stages.
Because this is going to be a hard fight.
The pedals to the metal. The 2000 Skilled Bay Cycling Classic, Wednesday night on C7 Sport. AFL Great Tackles, brought to you by Hullproof Underdacks.
McLeod, slippery as an eel. Here goes Burton again. Oh, you're holding it.
Rowan Smith and Mackay, the two number 5s. Karutch, bang, Ratton.
They're not getting a lot of opportunities this quarter so far down our forward line, are they? So they've got to... Oh! Good night, Nurse. Down for the count.
You got the ring right? What are you doing? It's in the pocket. Must have fallen inside.
The Nissan Pulsar is so weighed down with extras, it's taken a bridge out, taken a ship out, and caused a blowout. Now, it's having a run out. This is your last chance to get this Pulsar Plus with aircon, airbag, CD, keyless entry, alloy wheels, and a rear spoiler for only $19,990. The Pulsar Plus run out. Hurry, you don't want to miss it.
Optus Television hits the streets to discover a new technology.
WAP.
WAP?
What is WAP?
A WAP mobile phone gives you access to email, share prices, breaking news, entertainment and more. It's the world at your fingertips.
Subscribe to any one main event pay-per-view program in April and you automatically go in the draw to win a Nokia WAP mobile phone.
Plus, the first 250 customers will receive a $50 phone card.
WAP is the office in your pocket.
Oh, WAP!
Hear the roar in the distance. Feel the ground begin to shake. The gentle breeze becomes a sudden wind. Woo! As a sense of panic fills the air.
What in the world? I can't believe what we just saw!
And in a frenzied rush, WCW Spring Stampede is here.
WCW Spring Stampede, live on Main Event, Monday, April 17 at 10 a.m. To subscribe, phone 1300 300 666 and book now.
North Power, big crowd on hand at the moment. Plenty of West Tigers fans in the grandstands here. And they have witnessed the try by Jason Lowry, 3 goals by Joel Kane. It's the Tigers in front of the Eagles by 10 points to 0, and they have been doing quite a good job. They've had plenty of possession, Steve Roach, and that try in the 35th minute made it all worthwhile.
They needed to score before half-time, considering all the possession that they had in that first half. It was a good effort there from the Tigers. They've got options on either side of the ruck. They've really caused some damage to the Northern Eagles so far in this match, and if they can't get back onto the scoreboard, the scoreline could be anything here. They'll be very tired from making a lot of tackles.
Yeah, the Northern Eagles have done a lot of defending here. They have been starved of the ball, and they have made far too many errors in this opening 40 minutes of play. 10 errors for the Northern Eagles, but as we have a look at the completion rate and possession, 67% in favour of the West Tigers. They'd want to be leading by 10-0, Blocker.
Yeah, they'd want to be leading by a little bit more than that, but it'll probably tell in the back end of the game.
Yeah.
The offloads for the Tigers, they're renowned for it. Blokes like Jason Larry doing a good job in the middle of the ruck, and that's where the Eagles are struggling a little bit. Just before half-time, about 10 minutes, they lost Mark O'Mealy. That'll be more damage than what a lot of people think.
And that completion rate for the Northern Eagles down around the 50% mark. Errors deep inside their own territory, they have proved very, very costly.
Well, that's been the thing, hasn't it? They've come out of their own end all that first half. They've made 4 errors doing that. Just simple mistakes from dummy half in and around the play the ball, and they've given the West Tigers plenty of opportunity to get on the scoreboard.
A lot of work has been done by the Northern Eagles, particularly in this forward pack, because they have had to do a lot of tackling. People like Gartner, 14 tackles, and just the 3 hit-ups. You can tell by the tackles and the hit-ups how they've been starved of the ball.
The other thing too you can tell is the Tigers work on their right-hand side, with Terry Hill getting the football. Have the amount of tackles that Torrens has had to make, 12 tackles from him for a centre 3/4. But look at the work rate there for the Tigers. Well shared around. That's what they're doing, getting in and helping each other. At the moment, I think the Northern Eagles pack is a little bit one out through Adam Muir.
No doubt about that. Jared McCracken making his comeback game here after 5 weeks on the sideline. He had an instant impact, come out with a very good break after just 5 minutes.
He's a hard man to stop, isn't he? He's a very strong, powerful player. Muir, who missed the tackle first up, was only down injured a couple of minutes before that, and it was him who he brushed away. A good start there from Jared McCracken, and he loves leading by the front, doesn't he?
It's been that right-hand side where the West Tigers have tried to do all the damage, but a close no try, a very close thing this. Kevin McGuinness, he came up with a great pick-up here. It was really a 50-50 call. I think probably the right no-try call in the end.
Yeah, well, we
beg to differ.
We beg to differ. I thought one hand was under the football. He had enough downward pressure, but obviously you know better than me, and also Mr. West, who's the touching gold man and the video referee, and he said it was no try. Here's Jason Lowry getting his first try in 487 million games. Good to see him. He nearly ran to Newcastle, didn't he? Told you not to exaggerate.
Look at him celebrating there, and why not? He's never ever scored a try in the top grade until then. So Jason Lowry doing a fantastic job there for the West Tigers. We've still got a pretty good game on our hands here. The scoreline at the half-time break is 10 points to 0. The second half coming up after this short break.
The world's best skiers are coming to your place this summer on the White Circus.
Hi, I'm Sally Steckel. I hope you'll be watching the White Circus and all the World Cup action all through the season.
Join Australia's Zali Stegel and Jackie Cooper. Watch Mosley and Costa in the moguls. Olympic champion Herman Meyer, along with lots of thrills and spills on the snowboards. The White Circus, keeping you cool this summer, tonight at 11 on C7 Sport.
The Nissan Pulsar is so weighed down with extras, it's taken a bridge out, taken a ship out, and caused a blowout. Now, it's having a run out. This is your last chance to get this Pulsar Plus with aircon, airbag, CD, keyless entry, alloy wheels, and a rear spoiler for only $19,990. The Pulsar Plus run out. Hurry, you don't want to miss it.
Flat TV from Philips. A new way to look at television.
Go Harvey Norman, your electrical specialists for great deals like these. A Samsung 6.5 kilo electronic washer with fuzzy logic controls and stainless steel wash bowl for $7.99. This Ariston 5.5 Dialogic front load washer comes with a full 5-year parts and labor warranty for $18.99. Pay just $12.99 for this German quality Miele dishwasher. All this and more available now from your electrical specialist.
Yeah, the house full sign must be very close to being up here at North Power Stadium on the Central Coast. They have waited a long time for a classy rugby league side to come to the district, and the fans in the coast have certainly got behind the Northern Eagles, but for many a long year the Central Coast have always been, for some strange reason, Balmain fans, and of course plenty of West Tigers fans in all out here in force.
Why would you say that was strange, mate? They follow the Tigers.
I don't know. So a lot of Central Coast players have also played for the Tigers, and there's the Tiger himself, the West's Tiger. Jason Taylor against Craig Field. The battle has been going on for some 40 minutes now. Craig Field has had all the ball. He's just missed the one tackle, while Jason Taylor has made 9 from 9.
Yeah, it's no secret that the Tigers and every side probably in the NRL competition aims their attack at Jason Taylor. He's done well. He tackles well. I mean, it's not the strongest defensive game in the league, but he hangs on.
He certainly does. You know, as you said, he's up against blokes twice his size, and you know, but 9 times out of 10 he makes a pretty effective tackle.
Slows them down. He's been averaging up around the 19 tackles per game mark, Jason Taylor. And his kicking game, by his own very high standards last week, way below. He worked very hard and long throughout the week. And
well, I'll tell you what, if I was Peter Sharp, the coach of the Northern Eagles, I would have been a little bit disappointed in the physical aspect of their game in the first half. I don't think that they really competed with the Tigers in that department. Phil, would that be a little bit harsh?
But well, it's probably one area that you know, that had to be addressed, and I'm sure Peter Sharp would have done that. But I wouldn't say they got over the top of them. I know they had a lot more possession and probably wore the Eagles out a bit, but they're willing to get down and get dirty.
Yeah, 67% of possession going the way of the West Tigers in that opening 40 minutes. That's just as good or bad, whatever side you look at, as it gets in 40 minutes of rugby league in the NRL. The Tigers looking to build on that 10 points to 0 advantage they open up in the opening 40. Oh, is it out? It's not. Very close it must have been on that eastern side of the ground, but landing just inside.
See the touchy then. You get 3 foot tall.
And the flag's about, you know,
yeah,
18 inches wide.
Have a look at him run down here.
It's a 40-20. It's short of the 20, but only just. He's a long way from it.
Where is he?
Brogan. Stating the obvious, but they must make a good start to this second 40. Here's Cunningham whipping around.
Well, they've got to get on the scoreboard. Don't worry about that. They need to, even if it's only a kick a goal, just to get some points on the board, give them a bit of confidence.
Back he goes.
Well, I don't think, you know, that's not what they need at this stage. I think they just need Adam Muir going forward. And sure, you know, have the offload there if it's on, but at this stage of the game in your own half, just take the ball down.
Tuvey working that short side and popping a hard one from Terry Hill over the top. He'll remember that, but he bounces back up pretty quickly. Final tackle, kick to this far side. Grogan's coming through. Frew's coming through, but taken well. Joel Kane did extremely well. And joining us on the sidelines to give us an insight to the West Tigers' rooms of that half-time break is Mark Stimson. Mark, firstly, thanks for your time, and I imagine the coach was pretty happy.
Yeah, Ginny didn't have too much to say at half-time. He was happy with the way we've carried over the defence from last week's effort against Cronulla. He wanted a couple of things addressed, though. I just thought towards the end of that second half we were getting a little bit tight around our marker position, our pillar position. We thought they were making plenty of yards scooting from dummy half, and also he wants a little bit more pressure put on Buettner. Like we targeted Taylor at the start of the game. I thought he would have done most of the kicking, but Buettner's sort of taken over that role, so we'll be looking to put a fair bit of pressure on him.
Just quickly, I know Jason Lowry, you guys give him a lot of ribbing about not ever scoring a try. He'll be gloating for a long time.
It's a beautiful sight, isn't it, front row? Doesn't happen very often.
Mark, thanks very much for your time.
No worries.
Mark Stimson, injured at the moment, be back very shortly for the West Tigers. And the error's starting to mount up now. The Tigers in front by 10-0, and Lowry still dreaming of those moments of planting the ball down. Plenty of chat going on out there also, Blocker. There's been, as we predicted, plenty of feeling in this game and plenty of sledging. Brendan Reeves, that is, just on the sideline. Tuvey standing out in the 5'8" position. Albert Torrens delivers it for Josh Stewart. And Stewart had to wait, but he got over that advantage line. He wants a quick play the ball. Now for Trindle, who straightens up that attack. So they're getting on a little bit of a roll.
He's played pretty well too, Stewart. Middle of the ruck for the Northern Eagles, along with Muir, who's probably been their best. They're all hands on deck, especially against a side who are aggressive like the Tigers.
Taylor puts the kick in. Hopper Whitehead goes back and gets around 3 of them. Cunningham with a very good chase in the end and drives him backwards. The big back rower just kept on going. So I think there's been a big positional change here for the Northern Eagles. I think Buettner's gone to the centres. We'll get Phil Blake to keep an eye on this. And Taylor the halfback and Tuvey the 5'8", and Goddard the hooker.
I think that's certainly how the way they've lined up from that scrum, and defensively that's how they're lining up again. So Peter Sharp obviously not happy with a few plays in the first half and decided that he's going to make a few players switch positions, if not to make them be a bit more, have a bit more cohesion in attack.
I don't think the body language was that good after that set of 6 tackles from the Tigers. A lot of players walking back after the kick from Taylor with their hands on their hips.
Well, Grogan putting the body on the line there.
I don't think it'll be long before you see Wayne Pearce make a few changes too. You would have noticed that.
Lowry racing up. Full of enthusiasm now, Jason Lowry. Spud Carroll, Mark Spud Carroll, who was called in by Coach Peter Sharp throughout the week to do some work with the forwards. He was out there warming up with the players, or warming the players up. Adam Muir bounces away from one, delivers it for Goddard. Now Andrew King, who came up with that costly blunder 5 minutes from the end of half-time, which led to the Jason Lowry try. Cunningham for flat ball from Taylor. They're not about to give up. They're not too far away, the Eagles.
No, he's giving up. There's 34 minutes to go, and
long way to go.
I will say that they probably need to score next.
They also need a little bit of luck too, Phil. They haven't had any. Lost a lot of possession coming off their own end.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
simple
luck.
things.
Well,
they need a little bit of it.
And
they're get back into the game. Yeah.
It's not the luck they were hoping for. I also think Daniel Gartner has a hip problem. He's out there on the right-hand side. Well, Trent will just have to try and get away somehow. Shocking news coming through from the dressing sheds that big Mark O'Mealy, who would have loved playing out there tonight, has a possible fractured leg. It's tragic news for Mark and also the Northern Eagles.
You could tell there was something seriously wrong too when he went off.
Luke O'Donnell loses that.
There's 2 in that tackle.
Trindle, throws it to no one. Taylor goes back. He's got Buettner on the right along with Grogan. Now Grogan has it. I think they've made a break all game, have they, the Northern Eagles?
No, they've been defending for the majority of the game. All they need, they just got to hang it there through. They've just got to hang in here, hang tough, and all of a sudden just hope that they can get some field position. Once they get some field position, then they can throw some attack at the defensive line of the West Tigers. But at the moment, every time they get the ball, they're coming out of their own half.
No doubt about that. It's been their problem for a long time. Greg Ebrel driven back. Luke O'Donnell involved in that tackle. Back it goes for Taylor. Nice long ball for Buettner, who loves to try and get on the outside of his man. He's quick enough.
He's got to run the football a little bit more. Tigers starting to get a little bit tired. They're not coming up as quick as they were.
A little bit of luck needed. There's the luck, and they still have it. Back on the inside. Great ball movement. Now he reaches down. Trindle delivers it for Paul Stringer. Just maybe the luck is turning the way of the Northern Eagles. They go short side. Taylor will put it on the toe. Again, it doesn't work. It comes off O'Neill, who delivers the ball for Gillette, and they are playing with confidence, the Tigers.
Certainly good ball there from Mark O'Neill, wasn't it? The side was under pressure defensively, and on the very first tackle, he throws a pass, that would have pleased Arthur Beetson. But
a bit of confidence there.
Exactly right. Yeah, you've got the confidence to do it. Do it.
Desperately needed a try or a second set of 6. There, the Northern Eagles, they were unable to come up with either. There's big Jason Lowry, the try scorer, the hero of the opening 40 minutes.
They're resting him up too. Get another one.
For a second meat pie in the second 40 minutes.
Just warming those hamstrings up.
Centre for Craig Field, and now Tyron Smith. 5 metres inside Northern Eagles territory. They've had to do a lot of tackling, and they keep their heads down. There's Field kicking out of acting half, and Hopawate steaming through. King trying to put the step on him. Now he goes around Field, and the little halfback quickly chasing and makes the tackle.
Superb stuff there from Craig Field, and one thing that I must admire about the West Tigers, and it's not only in this game but over the last 3 or 4 weeks, is the patience that they show when they've got the football now. In times gone past, they didn't have that patience, but they seem to be maturing as a side.
Taylor, nice ball this one for Torrance. They're starting to make some serious meters, but all in their own territory. Stringer stepping.
Just watching Tuvey in the back play too. He got another smack on the gob. Blood pouring out of him.
He put a great hit on him. There was no acting half there for the Eagles. I don't think that was in the game plan for Buettner, who does the kicking now. It's a high ball. Joel Payne's a full-back by trade and takes it easily. At least they're getting down the attacking end of the park.
Well, they need someone now to come up with a good hit, now to try and force the error. Exactly right.
Saw the Broncos in Melbourne last night both attack with their defence and force errors. Owen Cunningham, as always, leading the way. Look at the pressure that they put on Albert Torrens on there.
15 of those tackles would have been made on Terry Hill. He's
straight through centre, cracks them open. Buettner with speed gets him from behind. They must be very tired, the Eagles. McGuinness. Oh, Field put them down. And that's what the Eagles were doing in the opening 40, and Craig Field, who's played a fair bit at second receiver in this game.
That's just the brain racing ahead of what he was going to do. See there the disappointment from Craig Field, apologising to his teammates. Here's the bust from Darren Centre, very dangerous out of dummy half. Buettner with good speed to run him down.
Well, he had to, didn't he? He let him through, so he had to gather him up.
Stuvey leaving the field. The bloodied nose.
Taylor for Andrew King. Back for Torrens. Very slow play the ball. Tigers hanging all over Torrens. Ebrel inches his way inside the Tigers territory now. Right-hand side they go for Taylor. Delivers that ball for Buettner. Buettner's got plenty of pace. Can't get around Joel Payne. Try saver. Just had the one man to beat. They go short side through Goddard. Delayed the ball there for Grogan. So it's the Eagles on the attack now. Buettner. Taylor. Quick hands needed from Ebrel now. Stringer. He delivers it for King. Back it goes. Good hands for Torrens. Torrens for Reeves. Reeves one man to beat. Back to King. In fact, Torrens goes back. Gathers it up again. Not 6 to go. Last week.
Off the Tiger hand there.
So Taylor gets into position. They need a 4-pointer or a repeat set. Cross the field. They've got numbers. Through with the kick. It went forward.
They got the jump that time. Northern Eagles. Count restarts for the Tigers. Desperation stuff there. They scrambled well. The pressure was on.
They certainly did. Searsy come up with a magnificent tackle on Buettner, and then down in this bottom left-hand corner there, they scrambled. The Eagles got ball after ball away, but they came up and they stuck solid in defence, and then came up with the ball at the end of the kick. I know they're a little tired now, but they'd certainly be patting themselves on the back and saying, "Hey, good work, boys. You've done well."
Defending, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
Shane Walker, and a good offload. His third of the game. Back it goes for Craig Field, who picks it up pretty casually, and Buettner, I think, probably got a bit of a talking to at the half-time break. The stadium here was rattling as Peter Sharp delivered his half-time address to the players, and now Reeves does the talking back there with Andrew King. Reeves doesn't like going to ground with the ball, likes to offload. That's a good bust, and the Tigers are starting now to fall off some tackles.
They're looking tired.
You can just see the tide start to turn, can't you?
Taylor. Oh, swamped and driven to the ground by Lowry. Now that's Goddard, who's settling now in. Adam Muir backs into that defensive line. They are 12 metres away from the try line. Taylor, cut out ball for Buettner. The pace of Buettner. He does it again. The ball from Taylor was spectacular. Buettner timed his run, and Hampstead awards the try.
Well, it's been an aggressive, a lot more aggressive half there from Michael Buettner, especially in defence. Sure, we've got a rev up at half-time from his coach. He needs to run the ball. He's a talented player. He's got speed, and this is exactly what this bloke can do. Just have a look at Taylor going right to the line. A little bit over red there from the Tigers, a bit flat-footed. Buettner hit the hole at pace. He's got too much pace there. That puts him straight back into the game.
Ben Duckworth was the man at fault there. He came up out of the defensive line, which created the hole for Buettner to run through. But Jason Taylor must be commended on his attack tonight. A bit mundane over the last couple of weeks, but tonight going to the line with a bit more authority. He's starting to come into the game at the moment. He dropped a nice inside ball to Buettner early on, and all of a sudden back that up with a nice flat ball to Buettner there for the try. He's been very positive. He's got to continue that.
Well, if he kicks this, Phil, it's 10 points to 6. A home ground advantage. The crowd will... There's plenty here, 20,000. They'll get right behind the Northern Eagles. It's going to take a mighty effort for the Tigers to keep them out.
70% this year for Jason Taylor, below his career of 75. Very important kick this. To keep the momentum going, the flags must be raised. It's hooking back, it's hit the uprights, it's waved away. The scoreline at North Power remains 10 points to 4, 55 gone. Well, Jason Taylor, I think by his own admission, just has not been striking the kicks as well as he would have liked.
And I know that what a professional player he is too. He wouldn't have done anything different in practice too.
It wouldn't be for lack of practice, you're exactly right. So Craigfield taking his time to get back to the centre of the park, the halfway line. He needs a tee or a sand bucket.
Try and make the Tigers come off their own line.
Buettner, he scored that try, now Paul Stringer, and all of a sudden you can see a little bit of a spring in their step, despite that missed conversion, which normally for a player like Taylor would be an easy 2. That's Greg Ebrell. The Tigers now getting through a bit of work.
Jason Lowry, a mighty game, a try and leading the tackle count.
The try-scoring machine leading the tackle count for the West Tigers.
They're busy, aren't they? They share it around pretty well, Phil.
Well, it just shows also that the Manly attack is virtually only, maybe off the dummy half or one out and turning players in, because all those players there with high tackle counts are all forwards. So they're really not throwing too much attack at the defensive line of the Tigers out wide.
Sears, McGuinness came up with a controversial no try in the opening 40 minutes. It was a touch and go one. O'Donnell.
Good tackle there by Cunningham, coming in, lifting.
Dominant. See?
Yeah, exactly right, yeah.
Oh, Lowry, good hit that one. Came from Josh Stewart. Walker. Well, that's a good run. He picked up some 15 metres there, Walker, and still struggling. 5th tackle now. Sears kicks himself for the side. It might work out extremely well. King goes across and has Reeves now back there in support. Runs towards Reeves, and Craigfield, whose kick chase has been fantastic tonight.
He's got plenty of energy too. I love halfbacks that get into that front line and chase and tackle.
Well, you don't have to worry about Fields. He's pretty
courageous,
willing, mate.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Adam Muir bounces away from one and gets away another offload. Jason Taylor flicks it for Andrew Frew. Now this man has plenty of pace. Frew scored 2 great tries here against Newcastle.
They're starting to let the Eagles get a little bit of second phase, the Tigers. Their defence didn't allow the Eagles to get the football away in that first half. That's been the difference now.
Stringer just getting him back behind the markers, and Muir, he has great pace. Oh, it's been called back. The touch judge made the call. Hampstead thought it was okay. It was line ball, wasn't it?
Well, he was probably in front of him, but he reached back for it. Yeah, that was the 50-50 call that the Northern Eagles needed, actually. Here we go.
That's okay. That one is. That one's okay too.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
but they're the 50-50 calls that you need to go your way, especially in these tight contests.
And the crowd are letting them know about it too here.
A tough call for the Northern Eagles on their home ground.
Now Craigfield, Michael Gillette standing very wide and looks to get the ball away but can't. McGuinness delivers it to Georgalis. The offloads. 13 for the Northern Eagles, surprising.
They were behind at half-time.
Gillette. This is for Duckworth. Clever player. Back for Lowry. Gets the fend on Jason Taylor. Difference of about 50 kgs in that battle. Duckworth. Rubber kick. Reeves comes up with it and goes to ground. But again, we've seen this a lot, haven't we? The scenario of the Eagles having to work it out away from their own try line.
Yeah, they just got to hang in there. Like, there's still plenty of time on the scoreboard there. They just got to make sure that they complete their sets here, get to the 40 or 50 and get a good kick in.
How important was that goal kick there from Jason Taylor that he missed after the try? And their best player being given a little bit of a rest. A dangerous move. Still 20 to go on the clock.
Just get that.
That's what they did.
Oh dear. What they did in the first half. 3 times.
Breaks the heart of the coach. Greg Eberl picks himself back up. And it's been where the mistakes have come, Phil Blake, that have really hurt. And for Greg Eberl's defence, it was a woeful pass.
Yeah, it was a flat pass in front of me. Kind of had to reach for it, but
should have taken that one back.
I'm not too sure. You know, like especially forwards, they don't need to be reaching for the ball coming out of their own line block. But one would think that you know, they'll be lucky not to get penalised. The ultimate penalty, which would be a try.
And the lack of the ball, that's penalty enough. And now the Tigers looking to turn the screws even further. Duckworth, nice short ball for McCracken, who's working his way back into this game after some 6 weeks on the sidelines. Field, the run around, no it's not, he goes himself. Mark O'Neill, who's really taking a senior position in this lineup tonight. Sears for Duckworth, little kick, is it too big? Reeves goes back and they'll get a second set of 6.
They did well there. Exactly what we were talking about before. The options that the Tigers have got now. They come back the short side again. This time it was Duckworth who put the kick through. Craig Field screaming on the other side of the ruck. Really got to try and get the defence in a couple of minds. Papawade does well with the chase. Reeves also does well to ground the football.
They are now under enormous pressure. Mark O'Neill. Buton is up there and makes a tackle, along with Grogan. They're 30 away from the try line. Oh, a little bit of a juggle. Goes the way of Luke O'Donnell. They've done a lot of tackling. There's more to come for the Eagles. Oh, what happened there?
Straight away with a kick of goal. Josh Stewart it is.
This is why that missed conversion was so crucial from Jason Taylor. This will take them 8 points clear if they make this kick.
For a long time they were really struggling to put Luke O'Donnell on the ground. He's a powerful player. He's got hold of Josh Stewart.
Yeah, well, they had to be given. He called held a long way before that ball came flying loose.
He's a tough get, Josh, isn't he?
He certainly is, mate. Yeah.
Just got to grab hold of him.
Joel Kane from straight in front. 3 from 3. There was a lot of controversy when this West Tigers side came together. They didn't have a standout goal kicker. Joel Kane put his hand up. He went to coach Wayne Pearce and said, I want the job. He's been stuck with it. And his kicking has improved every round since round 1. They've been involved in a lot of close encounters, 2 draws. Joel Kane now to put them 8 clear. The Tigers just push that little bit further ahead by 2. 17 minutes to go in this contest. It's 12 points to 4. The Tigers are celebrating. They've been doing a lot of that. Their record fantastic. They've won 5. They've lost just the 2. They've drawn the other 2. One of those draws coming against Brisbane. Well, 12-4. It's a nice way to be. It's 2 converted tries, or 2 tries at least, away from the Northern Eagles as Lowry, and it gets back to that error from Eberl and the offload now from Lowry for Georgianos, tackled by Cunningham. Duckworth, he's back and running freely.
Good to see too. No problem.
Shocking run with injuries, hasn't he, Blocker? He's been out for virtually 2 years. Craig Field, and everything going nicely now for the Tigers, who have weathered that early onslaught from the Northern Eagles after the half-time break.
It's an advantage you can have a little fella that can get out of dummy half and kick. Puts it on side. A fair bit of that in the second half.
picks you up 20 metres virtually straight away because you're not passing deep back to a half-back or another kicker standing away from the acting half position. But the acting half can normally pick up 5 metres before he gets that kick away. But Buettner, Grogan, they have never been defeated at home. The Northern Eagles are looking to try and keep that unbeaten record intact as Torrens is dragged down 10 short of that halfway line. Daniel Gartner, not fully fit. He's made the one test match back in '96 and one Origin game. Taylor runs, looks for the inside ball. And Josh Stewart with him. Tuvey. Inside for Buettner. They went high, Tyron Smith. I thought it could have been a penalty.
It's a knock on there by the Northern Eagles. King it is who comes up with the knock on. Just trying to force the issue a little bit too now, the Northern Eagles. Still plenty of time left on the clock.
Well, that looks the most likely play, doesn't it? You know, Taylor or Tuvey getting across the field there and dropping off Buettner. They've, on a couple of occasions here, looked like the West Tigers have opened up. No, that was fine. Off the ball.
Yeah, they look dangerous when they string a couple of passes together, don't they?
After that drop off there, it puts the defensive line under pressure. They really have to scurry across the field. There was a half a chance then.
You're rushing to put Muir back on.
Get him out there as soon as you can. 14 and a half minutes left on the clock. The time is now becoming critical. Particularly seeing it's now an 8-point ball game. Hill in solid tonight, struggling against Tuvey. The two have had a pretty good battle. A lot of personal pride at stake. Tyron Smith. Lowry. Oh, great ball to Craig Field, who juggled it. Andrew King comes back with a counter. They need to quick play the ball, and they can move it right quickly. There's some numbers there. Reeves cracked the line. Torrens now for Jason Taylor. The cutout ball for Buettner. Buettner for Grogan. Grogan's got good pace. McGuinness made the tackle on the far side. Gartner takes them to within 20 of the try line. Open side play for Jason Taylor. To the line and pops it up. Muir looks at the options. To the line, kicks for himself. It's well placed. Hopewadi has it. They'll get a second set of 6. And I think from memory, maybe just the second of the game.
I was going to say the first, actually. But look, it was a good play in the end. It was a good result for what they wanted. But to be quite honest, there were numbers on outside of him. If he threw it to Taylor, they did have a 3-on-1 situation. But Muir elected to put the kick in. They've come up with the best result. Let's see if they can't be a bit more positive and try to run the ball over the line.
Well, Hopewadi had made the decision to drop back for the kick straight away. They should have seen that. As soon as you see the winger drop back when you're that close to the line, should run the football. Anyway, they get the ball back. I suppose that's the main thing.
It's something. Oh, was close to that sideline. And Muir. Muir with the step. He just needs somebody with him. And every time he runs the ball, he needs somebody.
Aaron Senna slipped over that
He
time.
did, actually,
didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he split him right across the forehead.
On the other side.
Oh, bad head clash, I think. But Muir's got a deep cut across his forehead. We saw that horrendous one last week for Bradley Clyde, which left him now with the nickname of Frankenstein. Away from centre.
What happens here? Just spins around.
And, the knee was a problem to start with. He's trying to... He's ducked into Tyron Smith, I think. But time back on now. Cunningham. He'll get that patched up. Josh Stewart.
They need him back out there. Just put a wrapping around it.
Back it goes for Taylor. Buettner. The crowd get behind the home side. Now Eckroll.
Getting super ball. 3 times he dropped it.
3 times in crucial positions. One led to the second try for the West Tigers.
It's only been their own mistakes, hasn't it, for the Northern Eagles?
Yeah, it was just a shame because they did everything well there. They set it up well. They got themselves in a position where they're actually putting pressure on the defensive line. It looked like something was going to happen then, but all of a sudden they came up with what? Another mistake.
So it led to the penalty, which came up to give them an 8-point split. There's only been the 1 try in this game. It's been a pretty torrid encounter. Tigers now away from their own line. Tuvey goes down low. Field's kicking game has been immaculate, really. Andrew King looks up
and his chase has been just as good.
Is Adam Muir being patched up? Reeves gets away a lot of good offloads for Ebrel, who just, unfortunately tonight, the harder he tries, the worse it gets. Andrew Frew. Brogan kicking. Reeves hasn't got the pace to go around Hopewate. It's getting to that stage of the night, though, maybe, where you've got to start trying those sorts of things.
Yeah, I thought that was a poor play, mate.
It had to be deeper.
It was a nothing play.
It was just out of frustration. All of a sudden, nothing eventuated for him, so he thought, I'll just kick it.
Walker. Rushton at straws. 12-4 the scoreline. Centre. If they can do it, it will be their 3rd win on the road. The West Tigers is Smith. 35 away from that try line. It's the final tackle. What can they come up with? It goes back to Craig Field. They're still looking to try and turn Andrew King around. This ball just too deep. We give him that one because he's been in great form with the boot for most of the night. Trindle. They need something spectacular and they need it pretty quickly. Stringer just backs into that defensive line. Tuvey for Butner. Back for Adam Muir. And they just swamp him.
Stopped him from offloading too.
So strong, the upper body, Muir. Taylor. Nowhere to go. Swamped on that occasion by Luke O'Donnell. Gartner. They're missing a few key players. Kosef, Nigel Roy, Willie Lation. Steve Menzies pulled out of this game. Jason Taylor finds a little bit of open space. They need to get down there. They need a couple of big hits and they need to come up with an error and come up with the ball. Hopewate. Quite after suffering that early injury to the elbow in the opening half, that has played his part, along with this man, Terry Hill.
Torrance makes another tackle on him. He'll sleep well tonight.
He'll be seeing Terry Hill.
A little bit high, that one.
Cunningham, ball and all on McCracken. Shane Walker with those big legs pumping high. And frustration starting to tell.
Got Paul Stringer here, I think.
Message just to keep those tackles down. It had to be a penalty, got him right on the chin.
For sure and certain. He had plenty of time to get in underneath the ball there and use his shoulder, but elected not to.
His feet were a long way away from the player. Hey, a little bit of technique problem there for Stringer.
The penalty count has also helped the Tigers. 6-2. Lowry.
He's been the best tonight, I thought.
He's pumped up. He's broken the duck.
You score one try.
One try. Ben Duckworth. 5 away now. To Craig Field. Nice set play for Sears.
Tackle from Muir.
Won it very well read. Yeah.
The body was there. Otherwise, there was try number 2 for the West Tigers. Lowry straight into the attack and looks for the offload and finds Craig Field, who's been the everywhere man tonight. options on both sides. They'll go back to field. A little grubber, Andrew King, and another repeat set of 6, and they are starting to believe that they can play good rugby league, and the West Tigers are second on the ladder, and they are proving exactly that. You can see their confidence, Steve Roach, growing with every outing they have.
You've still got to win every week, haven't you? There's no fluke that you're second on the table on your own. I suppose teams will start to respect them a little bit more now. I'm sure the teams that they play against don't disrespect them. Played strong tonight, plenty of options.
19,882 here tonight. Witnessing Luke O'Donnell go within inches. Now McGuinness, it was flicked out the back, it went forward.
It's a powerful run, he breaks the first tackle every time. Come off the bench tonight, Luke O'Donnell.
And McCracken coming back from injury, a nice play to have coming off the bench.
Strength of this kid. Unbelievable.
And that picture tells a story because Michael Buettner was his PE teacher at Westfield Sports High. I think it's the pupil giving the teacher a little bit of a lesson on that occasion as Buettner throws a dummy. Taylor delivers it. Reeves and that's a solid tackle.
He made him, didn't he?
1-on-1.
And he's complaining too. Just get up and play the ball.
The Steve Trindle. Just nothing happening for the Northern Eagles. Goddard delivers it. One out stuff. It's Josh Stewart who's had a pretty good impact. Haler to the line, delivers it for King. King's through. The ball on the outside for Muir. He's got pace. Torrens slides. He doesn't get there.
Well, he had that hand infield there. That was a stupid play there from Torrens. In the third tackle. Good chase there from the Tigers to turn around and chase.
No, I didn't think it was such a bad call, actually. He pinned his ears back. He backed himself to get to the corner. But Hill and Hopewadi had the angle on him and came up with a very good tackle and a try-saving tackle like that. Again, Taylor being very positive at the line. Inside ball to King there. Onto Muir, gets a good offload. Really had no opportunity to go infield there, and Terry Hill showed good pace to cover defend on the angle.
He just needed to be that extra yard quicker, and he would have got there, but give the other two some credit.
Great desperation, wasn't it?
Hill, who had to turn and chase along with Hopewadi. 12-4.
That's been the story from the Tigers, hasn't it? Just their desperation in defence. The scramble, they never give in, they chase. I'll still stick by it. I thought he could have headed infield there a little bit.
Kept the ball alive.
Well, it was only the third tackle. They were 5 metres out from the West Tigers line. Still plenty of time left on the clock.
Would have made it a lot closer. 12-4 at this stage. Centre.
They've just dropped too much ball, haven't they? The Northern Eagles. They've got 5 or 6 Blues coming off their own line in their own half. Can't afford to do that against anyone.
Exactly right. Gartner stepping into some space. Now they're starting to find some cracks, but it's a little bit late. Buettner, Taylor, longer ball this one for Torrens again. Craig Field makes a good tackle. Dragged him by the collar to ground. Trindle looks up, wall of black jerseys. Muir kicking again and won't hold up, will it? It's turned out to be a fantastic kick. Hopewadi in the end had to play at it.
What about that? Casual.
Too casual for Coach Wayne Pearce,
I think it surprised everyone, the kick.
Surprised me.
And me.
And Hopewadi.
The bounce favoured the Northern Eagles that time. Kick there from Muir. Look at the bounce. Pitch in the field of play. And Hopper in the end. Oh, that's the rush. Good tackle too.
I've seen a few tries this year as players have been trying to rule the ball over the dead ball line. The wingers come through the flying machines and get some downward pressure and score some 4-pointers. Brendan Reeves goes to the blood bin. He'll have that tidied up. Big crowd, just under 20,000. Shortish dropout. Big Paul Stringer winds up, takes it back into the line. Inside the final 2.5 minutes now.
Even more confidence too, the West Tigers. Jared McCracken getting through the game.
Went backwards.
Good duel between him and Muir.
It has. Butner. And they've lost 15 metres in that one tackle. Taylor. Back he goes for Josh Stewart. Find himself in the starting side probably next week. For Butner. Tackled by McCracken and has to be a penalty. And they're inside the 10.
Well,
surely they are.
Should be another penalty.
They should be in the bin for sure. Anyway, play goes on. They got back 2 metres. Butner throws the dummy, puts the head down.
That's 3-0 plays.
Taylor, longer ball this one. Nowhere to go. Good tackle by McGuinness. Short side they go for Tuvey. Gartner, King for the try line. He swivels, he twists, he plants it down eventually. I think the white ball has reached the green grass of home. It's a try eventually for the Eagles.
Look at him rushing to get this kick. Still 59 seconds left.
The 80th minute. A big effort. Taylor will rush through this. There's 30 seconds. There's one thing they won't rush, Blocker, and this is the restart by the West Tigers, because there's 40 seconds on the clock now. They're not going to break any land speed records to get back there.
It's a good effort here from King. It's been dangerous. Good on his feet, isn't he? Like a rubber man. 4 blokes there to make the tackle. Gets the ball over the line.
That mind goes back straight away. I don't want to harp on it, but to that missed kick by Jason Taylor, which would see the scorelines all tied up at this stage. And Tuvey delivers it now. The countdown's on. 3 seconds. They've got to keep it alive. They've got to fling it out the back. They've got to hope for a modern-day miracle. Instead, it's the Tigers who put the killer blow in. The final second, the hooter sounds, and Darren Suter gets his second try in 2 weeks. Back to back. We'll go to the video referee.
He got there, he's saying. And let's hope he does. What a player he is. Inspiration. Got plenty of players in their side now, the West Tigers, who put their hand up and they deliver. Poor old Jason Taylor is a tough ball to take. There he is underneath centre. His hand's not on the ground.
Oh, big effort
He
this.
slams the footy down.
Big
It's
effort.
a try.
That's a great effort. He did very well against the Bulldogs last week to carry 3 over. And just another show of strength here, Blocker.
It's a great try from Darren Centre. He's inspirational, isn't he? Be able to drive home happy tonight.
You'll see the green light here for sure. The crucial thing is that the ball doesn't come in contact with the ground. He doesn't propel the ball.
No problem.
The big claw reaches out.
Did you say crawl or claw?
Claw. Darren Centre. It'll be his 3rd try for the year. There it is. You can hear by the crowd there's been a lot of West Tigers supporters here. Centre. A big couple of weeks, a couple of tries. 16-10 now, and it will be 18-10 with the conversion to come. It's a formality. It was desperation. Threw it out the back. He plants it down Darren Centre. And the West Tigers, they continue their remarkable start to season 2000 as the players all line up. Terry Hill against a lot of his former teammates. As we mentioned, there was always going to be a lot of feeling in this game, and the elation now from Terry Hill. And what about the elation from Jason Lowry? 138 games without a try. It came tonight at North Power Stadium. Jason Lowry, Terry Hill, enjoying the moment with Jared McCracken. He'll be a lot better for that run. And the West Tigers flags are flying high at North Power. The Northern Eagles, they suffer their first defeat of their short history at home in front of a near capacity crowd. Just 20-odd players, or 20-odd people short of that 20,000 mark. And Terry Hill giving tremendous support.
Well, he's been the secret, hasn't he, Terry Hill, along with Jared McCracken, given a belief to the team that they can win football matches. Good effort from McCracken tonight too. Craig Field.
And the ball on the string tonight, didn't he, Craig Field? He took them forward. Let's go now to Phil Blake.
Thanks very much, TK. With me, I have a very disappointed fullback for the Northern Eagles, Andrew King. Andrew, again, disappointing again today. Again, when you look back on it throughout the week, you're going to see that you've done some, come up with some very bad errors which penalised you.
Yeah, that's right, Blakey. Just silly mistakes. It's cost us the last 3 weeks, I think, and until we cut that out of our game, we're going to keep getting beaten.
How was Sharpie at half-time? What did he have to say?
He just told us that it was going to take a lot of hard work, but he thought if we stuck to the game plan, held on to the ball, that we'd get away with the 2 points. It nearly worked. We improved a lot, I thought, in the second half, but just too much drop ball in that first half, mate.
Well, it put you under a lot of pressure defensively. When you got a bit of field position in the second half, Jason Taylor was going at the line. You looked quite like efficient with the ball and came up with a couple of tries.
Yeah, that's right, mate. If we can get down there into the field, it's a different ball game completely. But it gets back to those silly mistakes in our own half, mate.
Yeah, thanks very much for your time, Andrew, and good luck next week in Melbourne.
Thanks, mate.
It doesn't get any easier for the Northern Eagles, does it? What an assignment that is. Melbourne coming up as they travel away from home again. The fans, some happy, some not so happy, leaving the ground. Let's go now back to Phil Blake and the man of the moment, Jason Lowry.
Yeah, certainly is, TK. We have Jason Lowry here. Well, Jace, 139 games, mate, for the first try. How did it feel?
It was a great relief, you know, going over the line. Like you say, it's been 130-odd games, and going over for the first time, it's just elation.
No, fantastic. Very good performance tonight, not only from yourself, but the rest of the side. It's obviously, it's a bit of a myth as far as the West Tigers are concerned, this winning away from home. You're making a habit of it.
Yeah, no, we've got a good crew this year. You know, we really worked hard on our defence, which gets us through a lot of the games, and our attack's slowly coming. And I think you're going to see a lot more close games like this with us, and a lot of good wins from us.
Just quickly going back to that try, by the end of the night, I suppose it'll be 50 metres and beating the whole team.
I think so, yeah. It would have been 60, I think.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Well done tonight. Good luck for the remaining of the season, and good luck in a couple of weeks with the selection of the New Zealand side.
Yeah, thanks, Phil.
Jason Lowry there with Phil Blake. It will be out to 50 or 60 or maybe 70 metres by the end of the night, but he will enjoy every moment. Doesn't matter how far you got to go to score them. That was a vital try which came just a couple of minutes before the half-time break, and on the back of a lot of defensive work by the Eagles. They improved in the second 40, but not enough.
They certainly did. The Tigers looked a little bit tired, but they came again, didn't they? They got a couple of points and got that try, and then they rushed again to finish the game quite strongly. They really didn't deserve, if they were to be beaten in that game, did they? The Tigers played much stronger than the Eagles, who have themselves to blame for making so many errors coming off their own line. And where do they go from here, the Eagles?
It just gets tougher and
Lost
tougher.
a lot of confidence.
They have at this stage. They are on a losing streak at the moment. The final scoreline at North Power Stadium, 18 points to 10. The West Tigers, they continue on their winning way. We'll take a short break before coming